Lightning down here with the Chatham Journal, and I'm with Coach Boone. You've done this before. You beat what? Chapel Hill or East Chapel Hill?
Beat regular Chapel Hill.
Chapel Hill in overtime.
Sundown.
And you mentioned when I talked to you previously at the Carborough game that what you told the girls is to be great and we can do this.
I did. I said to them, I honestly said to them, now if you are following this game, we've been playing man down since the second half. So we've been playing 11 on 12. So
and how did that happen? Because I actually missed
where
that happened.
We had 3 cards. So 3 yellow cards equals 1 red, which means we lose a player. And we lost to a very critical player, one of our middies, one of our scoring first people. So big personnel was missing. And we went to we tied the game up in an unbelievable interception by Sophia Cremens and a great shot. And then I said to them, we've been here before. This team hasn't been. We know how to calm ourselves down. We know what it takes to win in overtime. We need to win the draw. We have to be aggressive. We have to come on offense and settle it. And we have to play our game. It's going to take being calm, being relaxed, and being patient. And we can't panic. And to have composure. But I think honestly what was the defining factor was the heart. I mean, they wanted this. They had opportunity to shut down. I mean, when you lose a major player and you're playing man down, it looks dire, the situation. Not only did they step up, they kept them scoreless through that whole 12 and a half minutes. We were able to tie it up and score 3 critical goals and then take it to 2 overtimes to win it. I mean, that's something else. I really mean that. They're a special group. I said they're like the caboose. They just keep going up that hill. They know they're going to make it. Every so often it gets tiring, but they just continue to push and push and push till they get over the hill.
Now, is that a caboose or a little engine? I'm not sure.
No, it could be either, I guess. The caboose sounds so much cuter.
I'll have to Google that to check if it's a caboose or a little engine.
Yeah.
I was standing by you during the timeouts, and there were a couple of times where the girls lost the ball, and it started going the Buccaneers' way. Mm-hmm. What were your thoughts when that happened?
I knew how tired we were. I mean, when Kendall Labarge drops a ball in a critical situation and can't get it back, I know she's tired. And I said to her, you got to give me 1:15. You got to find 1:15 in there, in that tank. And my thoughts were honestly, if they're going to come down this field, they have a really good chance of finishing in this game, being that we're down by 1 person and a freshman goalie in there. But honestly, I never, and I know this sounds like such a cliche, I never thought we'd lose. I thought if we got this far, we climbed the hill this far, there's no way we're going to lose it. They're not going to let this happen to them. And they didn't. I mean, they really fought hard. If the first half team and the second half team are 2 different people, or 2 different teams, because if they would have played with this fire in the first half, probably wouldn't have come to this. But then again, how do you keep people in the stands? You got to bring them in by making the game exciting.
Lightning warning. So what did you tell the team during the lightning warning or during the timeout that sparked them? Yes, they did play better in the second half than the first quarter.
Well, it's a funny thing. The lightning warning, as much as I thought that was a tough thing, I think it was a good thing for us. It gave us the opportunity to talk in the gym and to talk about just what we needed to do. Kind of like, we knew we had to lock up the crease a little better because they had taken us on the crease a couple times. We knew we were having some trouble in the transition, so we changed our personnel on our transition and sent some people up high and sent some better ball carriers down low to get the ball up the field. So we were able to adjust there. And then offensively, we needed to just realize that if we pulled them wide and created holes, as I like to call it, Swiss cheese, we created lanes for them to travel and use each other. So I think once we talked about it, and I said, honestly, I said to them, you have the 25-minute half to get the nerves out. It's not an excuse anymore. You're not allowed to be nervous anymore. It's time to move on from the nerves and now just play lacrosse.
Last question. Mm-hmm. You played lacrosse. It seems you know your players well enough and your players know each other well enough that when you're in there telling them what to do, they know you know what they can do and they know what each one of them can do. So they all play a part, including, and you mentioned the bench.
Yes. Yeah.
How long did it take you to get to this point?
Well, for this team, I always say we're always as strong as our weakest person. So I think that's a tribute to our bench, because those girls work hard every day. They may not see playing time on the field, but they come to practice and they work hard every day, which makes us work hard every day. So, if you can push those girls at practice, they know that they're going to be prepped for a game. I think it took us, honestly, last year there were sparks of this, and I said to them the other day, I said, remember when we couldn't even catch and throw, and we would run drills, and we were like, I would say to them, oh my God, we can't even get through this drill. How are we going to get to another different place. And now we're running offenses and man down scenarios, and they're winning these games. So I'd say it took 2.5 years in my experience to get them here. But I think, and I said this the last time we talked, buy-in. They buy in, they believe, and I think if you can get the kids to buy in and believe in the journey and believe in the outcome, it's easy to bring them along because they want to be part of it. They believe, and if they work hard, they're going to get here. And I think that as a coach is a big accomplishment, because I know that when I say something, they look at me like she means it, and we're going to be able to do it. And that took 2 years to get here. But I took this win as one of the most special wins in my career, and I've coached some big time programs. So I mean, they're a special group. They really are. And I knew that they weren't ready to be done. So they showed they weren't ready to be done.
See, you prompted me to ask one last question.
Go ahead.
Your goalie.
Oh, freshman.
What's a season like this do for her and for your team, not just for the next game, but for next year?
It's so funny. When she made 4 critical saves in those 2 overtimes, critical. I mean, those were step-up saves. It gives us a mindset of that we have the ability to keep on this role, because a goalie is one of the hardest positions to fill. It gives us the ability to know that she's only going to get better, because she's going to get more mature, and she's going to get more experience, and she's going to get more confident. And it also gives us the knowledge to know that now we have a pipeline to push up to maintain the speed and to maintain where we are, the momentum.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Did I talk